Beautiful view to start walking today. God be with me. Saliendo de Villadangos del Páramo. Hoy al salir del hotel, Charles, el hospitalero, me regaló 2 botellitas de agua y me dijo, las vas a necesitar, buen camino. Y aquí estos pajaritos como que me están dando la despedida. Camino. Los trigos del camino. This is a little home that has a wonderful fence here with purple poppies, I think they're called. And as I approach the way, you see the signs that guide the trail. The yellow arrow and the shell for the peregrinos to find their way. Along the way there are various places to sit, and in this case also a little water fountain, which yesterday would have come in really handy when I was dying of thirst and running out of water. But here we go. Aquí atrás de mí un cultivo de maíz, y sí, me doy una vueltica, ya el sol repuntando, así que ahorita empieza el calorcito. Beautiful sunrise. Corn being harvested here on the left, and the signs coming up showing the way that I need to turn. Shadows of a Peregrina. I was told that I was the first Cubanita that they have met at the hostel. This is one of the wells along the track, and the corn harvesting on the background, and then beautiful wild flowers along the way. This is the path, and if you see in the far distance, that's where my first stop is gonna be, with God's grace. It's hard not to stop and capture that sound and see the water flowing. As I walk this morning and take sips of water, I realize how much we take for granted when we have bottles of water at home. And doing this camino, the most valuable possession that I carry are my water bottles. So to see the water flowing, which nourishes the plants that they're cultivating here, and in this case corn, it's just really heartwarming. It's almost like these red poppies, or poppies, whatever they're called. They're definitely wildflowers, but I see them as God showing us how wonderful nature is, and as I face hopefully the next stop, these flowers really brighten up the pathway. So thank you, Lord, for the motivation. I just got to San Martín del Camino, which is sort of midpoint between where I was and where I'm heading. And I took a little break. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but I took off my shoes to air my feet. I think you got that. And we'll have a little Aquarius, which is a sort of like a Gatorade type of thing that with carbonation that I mix with water to hydrate and replenish my electrolytes. So, like I said before, the best companion in doing this is water, and the value of water just went way up in my scale of priorities, and I thank God for having water along the way, for having access to water at home with so much ease. And it made me think of so many people in the world that actually don't have that luxury, and that end up having to drink muddy water to hydrate their bodies. So, all right, so I'm sounding a little melodramatic, but when you're walking along the paths that I showed you, you have an opportunity to think about a lot of things and to be thankful for a lot of little things that we take for granted. So as I ponder on these things, I'll try to capture them on video to hopefully remind everyone to value the small things that we take for granted. So again, a little break. I'm gonna spend maybe 10-15 minutes sitting here, catching my breath and praising God for giving me the strength to come this far, and pray so that I continue to have the strength I need to get to my next destination. See you when I get there, or along the way if I find something of interest. And boy, I look like a pirate with this thing, but you know, it really comes in handy. So later. Dirty pants, sort of dirty socks, which I will wash tonight, and definitely dirty shoes, but thankful that I can take a nice little break here and refresh my tootsies and do a little bit of exercise for them as well. I'm sitting here, pull out the hat because it's getting a bit sunny, but the place, I guess, behind me is a house that has hens and roosters, and I have been enjoying the serenade of their early singing. There you go, the rooster. Very nice. Reminds me of the gallinitas that Abuela Rosa always had in her backyard. And actually, when we were growing up in La Habana, my parents also had a few gallinitas in the backyard. So hearing those sounds take me back, and it's a great way to soothe being tired and knowing that I still have another half to get to where I'm going. But with that grace, I'll be there. Bar cubano en San Martín del Camino, pero está cerrado. Esos cubanitos hay que darle una lección. Parece que cierran el domingo. Bueno, la próxima será cubanitos. Well, since the Cubanito bar was closed, right across the street I found Bar Restaurante Los Picos. Another observation: in every restaurant bar, they have these gambling machines. So, hey, they're definitely a way of making extra money for these bars. Time to fuel the body. This will be lunch. A piece of tortilla española, piece of bread, and fresh squeezed orange juice in a Heineken glass. But hey, I take it. Buen provecho. Here are the markers that we need to follow to get to Hospital de Orbigo. This is home for tonight in Hospital de Orbigo. It's a twin room. Very cute. With a pretty cool, nicely appointed, eclectic bathroom. And looks like a pretty cool shower that is also calling my name. So, welcome to Hospital de Orbigo. This is the view from my room. Has like a nice little Spanish patio. And the hospitalero's name is Juan, and he was very, very nice and helpful. Even cooler is the ceiling in my room. This is an albergue that has private rooms, so I am obviously in a private room. So, but the rustic look is very funky. Hi again. This is a cleaner version of Romy. I took a shower. I had a little nap. I'm trying to dry my hair with my wonderful hair dryer, and of course I put a little bit of lipstick. Very important. Lipstick is very important. And I'm gonna head out to Hospital de Orbigo to do a little bit of a stroll and see the whereabouts of this charming town. I will show you what I see once I'm out there, but I wanted you to see me in more human form, since some of the other videos I look like I went to war. I look a little better when I clean up. So here we are. And no, I'm not in the hospital. Someone asked me whether I was in the hospital, and it's like, no, thank God I'm not in the hospital. This town is called Hospital de Orbigo. So we learn things every day in this Camino. See you soon. Forgot to mention that when you get to some of these places, you have to remove your shoes and your walking sticks and keep them away from the rooms. So there are my little shoes, and my walking sticks are there as well. So this is the hotel tonight. A very nicely appointed old house that is filled with really, really pretty details. I'll try to capture some more of the interior later. And now, walking into the city. Cobblestone roads, and really, really picturesque albergues and hotels. I believe this is the Iglesia of San Juan Bautista. I'll confirm that and also see if there's a chance that they may have an evening service. It's siesta time here, so that's why the streets are so empty and the little town looks so quiet. Things return to normality after 4:30. And unfortunately, the church is closed, and it is la Iglesia de la Parroquia de San Juan Bautista. So that's a shame, because I would have loved to go in and see if I explored another church. There's like 2 other churches in the town, so let's see what I find. Given the spiritual motives behind my Camino, I thought that this shot was important. It's one of the many cruceros, they call them here. We call them crucifixes, but they call them cruceros, that I have seen and I have neglected to photograph. So here's my crucero in Hospital de Orbigo. I'm approaching a bridge that is the most important landmark of Hospital de Orbigo, and it's called Honorable Path, or Paso Honroso. And I'll tell you the story behind it once I'm closer to the bridge. There are many Roman bridges in Spain. This one in particularly is one of the longest ones, and what's really peculiar about it is the story behind it. The legend says that there was this gentleman called Don Suero de Quiñones, who was madly in love with a woman who unfortunately did not feel the same way about him. So he challenged 300 men in town to come and battle with him in full armor and swords, to demonstrate to her how important her love was. And meanwhile, while he was doing that, every Thursday, he subjected himself to wear a metal collar that was pretty damaging to his neck, to again show her how much he was willing to do in order to show his love and hopefully to gain her attention. Interesting days back then. But be as it may, this is a beautiful, beautiful bridge, and Paso Honroso, or Honorable Path, is now the place where I'll be stepping in a few minutes. Cannot come to Hospital de Orbigo without walking over Paso Honroso. So here we are. There's a closer view of the puente. It's pretty stunning. Rio Orbigo, which is crossed with Paso Honroso Bridge. So it's approximately 5 p.m. and I wanted to get something to eat. So I saw this restaurant called Restaurante Jabel, and I thought it was Lebanese by the name, but it's not. But in any case, I thought, well, let me grab something to eat, and like that I could have dinner early and get some more rest. So I thought I'll have a trout soup, because I was told that trout soup is a specialty in Hospital de Orbigo, because they catch fresh trout from the river, from Orbigo River. And maybe a little sandwich. And of course, when I ordered, the gentleman was very nice, but he smiled and he said, no, our kitchen is closed. We close it at 4 p.m. and we won't reopen it until 8 p.m. And I said, but is there anything solid that I could have? And he said, no, only liquids. And I said, well, in that case, bring me a Coca-Cola Zero. And he said, okay. And as he brings the Coca-Cola Zero, I guess he saw in my face the hunger pains. He said, I'm gonna make an exception for you. And I'm going to, I can make a cold sandwich for you. Something simple. And I said, simple like what? And he says, well, like ham and cheese. And I said, sold. So there you go. I guess I'm not gonna go without something in my tummy. And maybe a little bit later, by 8 p.m., I'll come back and try the famous trout soup, so that I can do what locals say it's the specialty of the town. Another Spanish story along the Camino. Fast forward, I thought he was going to bring a simple, like, ham and cheese sandwich, and this ham and cheese sandwich will serve like a family of 4. But in any case, hey, we take it any which way we can, so here we go. Here's the church of San Juan Bautista, Parroquia de San Juan Bautista. But on my way back to the hotel, the parroquia was open. So I felt the need to go in the church today to give thanks for all I have accomplished in the last few days. And noticing that the parroquia was open is a gift. Simple church. But very holy inside. Thank you, Lord. Checking area for the place where I'm staying in Hospital de Orbigo.